Hi all. Right, back with more Fields of Fire. This is the Normandy campaign. This is mission 2, Cerisy offensive. Is that what it's called? I keep forgetting this one. It is, isn't it? Trevier offensive, the first one. Yeah, Cerisy offensive. Yeah. Okay, this is my part. What is it now? It's going to be. No, hang on. Part 12. Yeah, it's part 12. It's part 12. I put part 10 together. It's just some comments, some errors, just talking about stuff. It ended up just being a whole part. So I'll put a comment on that. The header, part 11, we've just done, which you probably would have seen. You might not have watched part 10 maybe, if it's not your thing, but yeah. But I've noticed an error, and it's not an error like as in an error, it's like a blunder. And just when I was looking just now, and I don't know, I mean, some of you probably, and maybe most of you kind of spotted that, because I must have been talking about the fact that, yeah, everyone's okay, yada yada yada, because we're moving on to we've just had the enemy activity check segment, and I'm wondering if I can go back and try and adjust this, or at least have an attempt to, and it's not so much put it right. And what I'm talking about is this card here, and I've clearly got in my head that there's going to be a blockage of line of sight in this card because of this incoming. Well, that incoming's just about to come off, and then this guy's going to open up. And at first I was even more panicked, because I'm thinking, what is it? What rating is he? And he's automatic weapons. He's got close range, so he doesn't need to be he can fire on this card, or he can fire on that card. However, he is pinned, so it would be all pinned fire on one of them, but that could still be bad. And I'm talking about the fact that, in fact, I even think I count up what he's got, because I count 2, 1 for pinned, 1 for the foxholes, is 4, so he's got a +4, and I count this as the mortar fire, but if you look, the mortar's still pinned. It's still pinned. It never fired this turn. It was the previous turn, and there would be a pending fire mission marker on there, and there's not. You know all this. You're all nodding your head and saying, yeah, we know. It's just you that doesn't know, Grant. So I was counting a -3 for that. Then obviously I don't get to count that. I count that for a -4, and we've got 2 crossfires. So I count -6 +4. So I'm getting a -2, because I remember even thinking, well, I'll have one more attempt at concentrate fire, and I think I chose to do something else instead. But when this comes off shortly, he then can see out this card, and he's going to fire on, I think he's going to fire on this card. And even if it is with +2, I don't want that. So part of me wants to sneak back a little bit, and I mean, I'm noticing 2nd Platoon HQ has saved 3 commands. This is 2nd Platoon here. I obviously chose not to do an awful lot with them. I want to say that all they done was a concentrate fire. I mean, hopefully you're going to let me away with this one. If I go ahead and do it, I'm going to have to get past my own thoughts on that one, because we're not quite there yet. But I want to attempt artillery. I call for fire for artillery, because I don't want that firing at the card, and I wouldn't have let that happen. I would have moved something on the card, as I did with this one. The reason I stopped this fire, because I was contemplating mortar fire onto that, I think, and then I decided, let's put an assault team onto that instead. And if I thought even with +2 all pinned firing out of that card onto this, that we've got back into a position where, the other thing is, the pin marker's not going to come off, is it? No, it's not. The all pins not going to come off, because there's going to be a VOF back on this card. So me talking about, that pin marker will come off, is clearly me thinking that nothing can fire on them that I can see. I mean, if it was something that sprouted up like the last time, remember, the reason they're in that state is because a unit backed up it fell back and then opened fire on that card. Did not fall back from this card onto this card and then opened up on that. And I'm like, look at that. Look what they can do. And it's devastating because it was only a -1 NCM. And that's pretty bad, and a -1 NCM. But I mean, if I let this go, some of these guys, I don't know what it's a +1, is it? Yeah, it's a +1, the base cover. They're under foxholes, +2, but these guys are exposed. This is my COXO and my COHQ. And they're exposed, so that +2 gets reduced by that -2, puts them at 0. So they'd be checking on a +2. You know what I mean? Just picking up the card that's lying in the discard pile, there's only one. That's a half decent card. With a +2, it's still a pin. That's a pin result with a +2. So that's what they'd be getting. And it could be worse. It could end up being a hit. Okay, it could be better. It could be a miss. So I know I'm talking about, I've done this, I want to say I maybe done them under the initiative impulse. So I'm talking about going back to here. This is where we are at the moment in the Secrets at Play. I've had a general initiative as well. I'd like to say there's nothing, we've had the enemy activity check. What happened there? I think they were all pinned. I don't think I know what happened. Well, this guy didn't even move. It's not that I was hoping he was going to move away or anything. In fact, he could have done better at it, could he not? He could have rallied. Yeah. In fact, he had no action. He came up with no action, I'm sure. He could have rallied that pin marker off him, and then he is firing with the automatic weapons, and that's even worse for me. So, it's not that, I'm going back to do it because of that. That doesn't make any sense. I'm going back to do it because I thought we were having a blocked line of sight out this card. So I'm going to do it, I think, because I think this is devastating. I would never have let that happen. I already stopped this one from firing, and I'd fired the turn before with the mortar into that, and then when that happened to me, I was pinned, obviously, and I've just clearly thought, because I could have clearly fired my artillery. I've got plenty of missions left, even more that I found out when Andrew told me that they're regimental ones, their artillery, what is it, regimental cannon or something, whatever, their artillery missions as well, so they're not quite as good. They're a -4, but this is a -5, this one. So, I know I don't like doing this, but it's a blunder on my part that, okay, a lot of them I'll just let go, but I feel like this could be devastating, and it could just really ruin things. And it's clearly something I would have done. And it doesn't matter what this guy would have done in the activity check. Okay, you could say about the higher HQ event segment. Well, we drew one there, didn't we? I know I've moved past the parts, but I'm going to allow myself that. So hopefully you understand. But here's the thing, though. I'm going to allow it, but I'm going to have to draw cards for it. I'm not going to do it for nothing. So I'm going to have spent one more command. Now, there is one other thing I will do. Because it's that important, I will take my exhort if I need it. So I'm spending one more command for the artillery to call for fire on this card. And we get to draw 3 cards. He's line quality. And we've got 3 fire missions left. And it'd be a -5 if we get it. So, not sure if yous are all good about that or not. I'm not good about it myself, but I just know it's just, I thought at first, well, just take your chances. It is all pinned. Well, you might survive through it, but all it needs is for my COHQ to be hit. And, I've put him up there exposed, thinking that, yeah, okay, we've got this taken care of. We've got this taken care of. You know, there's nothing else that can really come in. Okay, you can't foresee the counter-attack possibility coming up. Or there was another option. This guy could have moved to here maybe. I can't stop that from it. It's not that I'm going back to stop that from happening, saying, oh, if I'd known that guy was going to move to there. You know what I'm saying? I should have known what was going to happen here and at least tried to do this about it. And that's what I'm doing. So I'm going to do it. So sorry if some of you think that that's wrong. I'm going to draw 3 cards. We're looking for a burst. And I'm just doing it here. You know, obviously cards are mixed up and shuffled up and whatever. So I've got 3 cards, and I will use my exhort but if I draw 3 and then 4 cards and don't get it, then that's me. That's tough. So okay, I'm going to turn the card so I can get on with it, and that's me done it. Right, here we go. Right, that's a no. That's a no. Oh no, that's a no. Well, maybe I deserve this. Right, so I'm going to take my 1 more point to exhort for 1 last card. Right, here we go. Here we go. Come on. Oh. Okay. Well, maybe I deserve it then. Well, it's clearly meant to be. So that was me using R2 commands and never got a result. And right, okay, that's it. Fair enough. I'll just need to accept it now. You know what, in some ways I'm kind of glad it didn't turn up, because then it was my own stupidity. And yeah, anyway. Right, okay, let's move on. Yeah, it definitely was. I mean, I would have put the pending fire mission because I've done it before. It's definitely a blunder. I'm looking back there wondering if I could have made a mistake in what counter I put down and maybe used the artillery already, but I didn't. The last time I done it was from the mortar side, and I'm looking and he's pinned, so he could not have even done it. Yeah, okay. Right, this is where we're at. Right, let's just forget about that. Capture segment. Well, I read this earlier the day when I done part 11, and I got to this bit and I was struggling for time, wasn't I? And I decided I had to stop. And reading this just threw me again. But when you look at in the rule book, when I look in the rule book, I'm fine with it. So it says capture any paralysed or litter team alone on a card with unpinned infantry units with a VOF rating from the opposing side. And it was this VOF rating from the opposing side bit that was like thrown me, and I'm thinking, right, because this is a paralysed team in here, right? And it's alone with an opposing unit. Sorry, it's alone on a card with an unpinned infantry unit, right? With a VOF rating from the opposing side. And I'm thinking, well, this VOF ratings here, are we the opposing side there, or is it meant to be him that's the opposing side? Well, I'm thinking about it all wrong. VOF rating is a different thing. It's the rating that you get from the actual... Well, sorry, I'm moving away there, and we should look at the... Oh, damn. Sorry. Throwing things about over the place. Right, calm down, Grant. Right, the VOF rating is what is on the guide. So it needs to have a VOF rating, which it does. This has a VOF rating of automatic weapons. It's not really talking about the actual VOF on the card. It just needs to have a VOF rating. So this is moving about because I've got it plugged in because my charge was a bit iffy. Anyway, when you read it here, to me it makes it more clear and there's not really an issue. So it says, any paralysed or litter team alone on a card with opposing unpinned infantry units with a VOF rating are captured. So me reading that, I'm understanding that. We've got a paralysed team that's alone on that card. It's got an opposing unpinned infantry unit which has a VOF rating, so it is captured. And then, so if a side does not take prisoners, converts capture steps to casualties, otherwise designate one step as a guard and remove the guard step and prisoners from play. 8.15. Now this is where things are going to get really bad for me. Well, they might get bad later on as well when that incoming goes away. Well, when I say really bad, I meant to look up 8.15 and how it works, but this becomes a guard and takes this paralysed team away. So this goes away. This assault team goes away. And you might say, well, that's not that big a deal, is it? Well, it's an assault team that's getting taken away. However, see up here, this is a paralysed team as well. So this assault team that's we moved up to this potential contact marker, it's going to go away and guard that paralysed team as well, I believe. So that's kind of like, ugh. So I think I spoke about it before. This is 8.15 I'm looking for, isn't it? Right, let's see what it says here. 8.15, prisoners. Consider any paralysed or litter teams captured if there are no other same-side forces on their card and there are any good order units or unpinned. Right, we're not a good order unit, but we are an unpinned assault team. Or unpinned assault or fire teams from the opposite side. Yeah, and it's not mentioning VOF ratings there because it's listing good order unit, unpinned assault team, unpinned fire team, which all have VOF ratings, don't they? Although I suppose like a COHQ doesn't have a VOF rating, but would be a good order unit. Anyway, right, let's not go there. If a side does not take prisoners per the campaign instructions, will automatically convert any captured units to casualties. Their captors have shot them. Otherwise, a single step of any unit with a printed VOF. Oh, okay. It's talking the VOF here then, so you must need that to guard that. A single step of any unit with a printed VOF can guard any number of captured steps taken on a given card. The guard step is immediately removed from play along with the prisoners. Vehicles cannot take or execute prisoners. And then, well, it goes on, if a multi-step unit is used to make a guard, simply reduce the unit by one step. If that leaves only one step remaining and the unit has no good order one step side, the remaining step of a friendly unit can become a fire team or an assault team as the player desires. Choose randomly for an enemy unit. Friendly steps removed to be guards are not available for the remainder of the mission, but return between missions and retain the original experience. Yeah, this is important because if you recall the end of the previous mission where everything, all lats get reduced to green. So any assault teams that you've got out there on the map get reduced to green. However, any assault teams that are used as guards stay at their line. They'll stay at their line experience level. So they retain their original experience is not considered an LAT. Make a note of the guard step and its experience level on your mission log. Enemy guard steps are returned to the pool of available enemy unit counters. Okay, well I don't think I need to make a note because an assault team's going to be a line, so I'll just show you what I'm going to do. So this is going to happen right here, right now. So that comes off, that cover stays there, that pin marker goes away. This is going up. That cover stays there as well. That's coming away. That's coming away, and basically this paralysed team is going into prisoners captured, and I'm going to put the assault team. Basically, I'll just put them on top of them actually. Yeah. So I've just put it on top. I know there's a big layer there. So paralysed team with that assault team on top. So, and that leaves both the cover markers on that card, both separate cover, and yeah, and then unfortunately the same thing. Well, that one I wasn't too bored about, but when I seen this up here, it's exactly the same. This is an exposed, pinned, paralysed team. All this is coming off, and we've got an assault team there on it, so that's all coming off. PDF's coming off, and that's the same thing. This paralysed team is captured, and this is going to be the guard. So I'm just going to put that on top of that one as well. So I mean, okay, it gives us a couple of points, and it guarantees us 2 line steps to carry forward. But you know, this was our move forward for us, and we're now not even going to look at that potential contact marker because we've no friendly unit there now. So yeah, wasn't too chuffed when I seen that one. I wasn't too fussed about the other one, the first one, but anyway. And then there's no enemy casualties that we can take as well, so that's fine. Then retreat any unpinned paralysed team under a VOF marker, 1 card, and retreat any unpinned litter team plus a casualty. But they need to be under a VOF. That's a tricky one to get, I think. I mean, because we've got 2 litter teams here and 2 casualties, but if there was a VOF on here right now, you know what, there's about to be a VOF in there, but it's not here at the moment. We would retreat them probably back into the farm here. But there's no VOF, so we can't. There is no AT combat and vehicle movement phase. However, here we go. Mutual combat phase, fire mission update segment. Remove existing incoming grant. No, if I'd just got to here and then I'd be like, wait a minute, what happened there? So, this guy can now see out this card. So he's going to engage with the most steps. That's 1, 2, 3. I want to say that's 1 and 1. That's 5, 6, 7, 10. Oh, I don't know what that is. It's a litter team. 11, 12, 13. We don't count them. That's 13 steps. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So let's just... I'm pretty sure this is the CO HQ, yeah, and the EXO, yeah. So everything's under the foxholes. It's just these ones, they're all under the same foxholes, but these ones are pinned. Now the casualties don't count. So let me just check in. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah, so this is the most steps. So this is going to open fire on us. And it's going to open fire with all pinned. Now, I'll put that up the top of the card for them, don't I? So I'll just put it there because there's that much going on there. Right, well, we'll just have to hope we get lucky then. But that was just silly. Yeah, it's just silly. Right, oh, I'll tell you what else. That's yuck. Oh no, we're okay. I was going to say we're losing our heavily engaged. We're not. These two are up here, because this guy fell back, didn't he? He's in a strong building though, I want to say. Although he's exposed, he found a strong building up there, I think. I'm pretty sure he is. So we do still have... the heavily engaged situation. Yes, we do. Okay, because we're now moving on to potential contacts. Well, we've only got this one away up here, and it's an A. This is, like I say, once we... Yeah, this is going to catch my... Oh, I'm just going to unplug it now. I've got enough now, I should be alright. So I'll plug that in. Right. So, I can get up a wee bit further. Yeah, so that's the only potential contact that we've got a friendly unit on. Our activity level is indeed heavily engaged. So heavily engaged with an A, you can see it's only a 3-card draw. So fingers crossed we don't get a contact with 3 cards. Just looking at the top card of the discard pile and it says contact. So that's rather nice. Right, I'll come back down here and we'll have a look at what we get. So 3-card draw for contact. That is only 1, I think. That's a B. Yeah, well, we had one on the other on a B, but it's been just it's off guarding that paralysed unit. Right. So just for this A, that's no. Good. I could have done with that back and when I was trying my sneaky wee rewind. Yeah, you were all shouting boo. That's what done it. Okay, so no contact. That's away. Well, good, but we've still got trouble up there. Right, pin recovery segment. Yeah, that's the other bit. Yeah, that's the other bit. I'm not getting to remove these. I'm not getting to unpin these. Because there's now a VOF on it. Ah, man. That's really sent me back. Well, I did do it. I did... I cheated, if you like, or rewound time and... and it didn't work. But without going too much further into it, I would have tried something else. I would have moved something on the card. But I wasn't going to go into that. I just, I would have stopped this from happening. From that, anyway, like I say, other things could have happened that were unforeseen, but that, I could see that, and I just, you know what I'm saying. Yeah. Right, so I'm not getting to unpin all this, and they're all going to get shot to pieces. Well, right, combat effects then segment, right, so this is going to take a bit. So for each infantry unit, blah blah blah, yeah. Right, let's do it. Let's get our guys first. Right up the top, we'll stay up the top just now then. Because we've got one, like I say, I like to do my guys first, get them out of the way. So we've got, well, he's exposed, oops, but he's in a strong building, he's an assault team, and the actual village is a +3, so he's getting +3 there, that's +6, he's getting -2, that takes him down to +4, and the weapons is a -1, so he's at a +3, isn't he? Just double checking that again. 3, 6, 4, 3. Yes, so he's a +3. So I'm going to draw a card for him on a +3 as a miss. Okay, good. Right, so he wasn't pinned or anything like that, so he's fine. So I'll just put him back together again. And then I'll come back to the other guy, because I'll like I say again, if I do it, that's my wee routine in doing it. I do my guys first, so you might think, well, why not do that guy while you're up there? You're probably right, but if I do it this way, I've got a routine, and then I can't mess it up. Yeah, right, Grant. Right, so coming down left to right, top to bottom, this is the next guy of mine. So he is pinned under foxholes and getting attacked by automatic weapons, but he's in a village as well. So he is, what is he? +3, +4, +5, -1. So he's +4, so he's better. So in a +4, that is a miss as well. So what happens to him is the pin marker does come off him. So makes things slightly better, but slightly worse, if you know what I mean, because he's lost that +1, but at least he can do more. And now, okay, here we go. Right, well, I'll deal with the stuff that's not pinned first, because all this is pinned. Remember, the 2 casualties at the bottom and the smoke, we don't need to worry about. The reason the casualties are tagged on here is because I want them to be noted to be under the cover, under the foxholes. And remember, there's 2 foxhole markers on the card, but they're representing the same foxhole marker, but these are not pinned, these are. So let's just fire off with the first platoon HQ here. And what I might do is, just because there's a wee bit of space up here in the open field, I might move some counters up there depending on what happens to them. Just because I'm going to run out of space. Or I'm probably better stacking things up, to be honest. Right, first platoon HQ, what is he getting? Well, actually, we can't quite see what the cover is, Grant. It is +1 for the Orchard Grove, so that's not great. Wrong other foxholes, right. So it's +1 for the Orchard Grove. +1 for the foxholes, so that's +2. And then the actual attack is +2 as well, so it's a +4. Now you might think, well, there's no danger there. Well, but sometimes there can be. And the 2 guys that are exposed, they're the ones I'm worried about. Well, more than this. I mean, he's just come back for the dead, and then he's getting shot at again. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, so a +4 on the first platoon HQ. What do we get? We get a pin. We get the worst card going. Wait, we get a pin. See what I mean? Okay, so right, I'm gonna put it up here as pinned, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna put it up there as pinned. It's on this card. It's under they're all under the foxholes. Right, who's next? Well, I can move the foxholes then. Right, the second 2-1 platoon. What's he got? Has he got smoke? Yeah, okay. So 2-1 platoon. He's getting a +4 as well. So let's draw on a +4. That's a miss. So he's okay. So we'll just shove him to that side. Right? Now, the more dangerous ones. So you can see that these are getting +4, but they're also getting -2 because they're exposed. So the COHQ is getting a +2. So this is important. +2 is a miss. Okay, good. Good. So he's okay. I don't want to stack them up. Right, I'm just going to put them in a sort of column. If any of them get hit on that side or pinned or on that side. Right, and then the EXO, who's also not pinned, he's getting a +2 to this attack. So he gets a miss as well. Good. Okay, so they survive. Although I would have really liked to platoon HQ to survive. So these are all good. No issues there. I'm gonna take this away just now. Right, so now all the rest of these are not only under the foxholes, but they're pinned as well. So let's look. So they're getting actually a +5 then, aren't they? Because it's 1, 2, 3, and then 2 for the fire. So it's +5 for every one of these. So +5 light machine gun, +5 is a miss. So the good thing about that is he's now no longer pinned, right? So I'll put him in that column there somewhere. Right, the mortar forward observer, +5. Oh, that's a pin. Look at that. So he stays pinned, the mortar. I'll put him just beside that. We know it's pinned. Right, the 1-1 platoon with a +5. That's pinned as well. Come on. Jesus. Well, I've not had a hit yet, I suppose. Well, you spoke now, eh? Right, and then 3 litter teams on the trot. Well, I suppose it wouldn't matter too much about them. So +5 for each litter team. +5. The first one's a pin. Right, the second one is a miss. So he's not pinned anymore. And then the third and final one with a +5 is a miss as well. So he's okay as well. So I've got a big column of stuff that's not hit there, and that pin marker, well, that was just part of this. Right, so no hits, nothing broke down any further. All these are pinned, all these are not. They're still all under the foxholes. Let me see if, and so are these 2 casualties. Right, let me see if I can put it back together again. Well, I've ended up putting it back the sort of other way about to what I had it. These are the pinned units. These are not pinned. Again, I've got 2 foxhole markers, but one it's just, they're all under the same foxhole. It's just because these casualties, they can't be pinned, so they're part of the unpinned selection. Okay. That was well, I guess it could have been worse, but yeah, so because I suppose our EXO and our COHQ, they were a wee bit vulnerable being exposed, so they got away with it, didn't they? They both did not get even pinned, so yeah. But we've still got a few things pinned, and we were hoping they were coming off so that we could start putting things together, but I suppose there is 1-2 litter teams come out of it unpinned, so there is that. Right, moving on. I think that's all our guys done, isn't it? So that's one of theirs. Nothing else getting fired up from our point of view. Right, okay, so over to them. Right, I'll go back up and get this guy now. And we'll see if we can get any revenge on him. Well, actually, I don't think nothing happened to that guy, did he? So he's a fire team. He's got +3 cover there. He wasn't under cover, and he's getting attacked by automatic weapons. So it's a +3 and exposed, and that makes it -3. So that's a 0 then. He's getting 0. So we'll draw on a 0. Just zoom out a little bit. Get a card with a 0. Hopefully get something. It's a pin. So it's kind of hoping for a hit there, but right. So he's pinned anyway. So I'll put the pin marker under that. And then this guy down here, which would kind of like to just go away now. So +2, he's under foxholes as well. So +2, +3, +4, like I said. +4, and then we've got, is it automatic weapons? From here, yeah. And we were getting a crossfire, yeah. Yeah, it is. So +4, and then he's getting -1 for the automatic weapons, -1 for the crossfire, and then 2 concentrate fires. So +4 -4 is 0. Yeah, because... Well, hang on. Why did I think it was only a -2 he was getting then? Have I missed something? No. We were counting -3 before. -4, -5, -6. And +4, that's -2. And what am I counting now? 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, because it's an extra 2 grand. Yeah, because the automatic weapons is -1. If what I thought I was getting was a -3 instead of that -1, that would have made it a 6. Yeah, so it's +4 -4. So it's a 0. With a 0, oh, it's a hit. It's a hit. Right, and he has, what is he? He's going to be a line, isn't he? He's a fire... actually, he's a fire team. No, he's green then, isn't he? Yeah, he's green. Yeah, he's got an A rating, but he's still just a fire team. Yeah, so he's green. I'll see. If there's a difference on the card, we might go and look. Oh, there is a difference, look. Well, I'm hoping he's green, because it's a casualty. He'd be paralysed at his line. Right, I'll leave that card there just now, but... I don't know why I mean, he's a fire team, Grant. He's a fire team. Right, hang on. Let's find out for sure. Yeah, so all we need is here. I believe assault team experience level is line, fire team experience level is green, litter team's green, paralysed team's green. That's it. I mean, it's just the assault team that's line. From your lats, your selection of lats, and then your squads and headquarters and weapons teams, they've all got their own, depending on their experience, you've got them marked on their thing. So he is just a lat fire team, he is green, and then we got a result on him. I can't pick that card back up. So green, we got a hit, he's green, he's a casualty. So we got something back there. So pin comes away, the foxholes stay. He's a fire team, he's going away, and there's going to be a casualty on that card. Yes, indeed. Well, that was something. Okay, it didn't maybe go quite as bad as a... now, hang on. These are meant to be under these foxholes then. The casualty is under the foxholes. Because, yeah, nobody still said anything about that and about casualties. I mean, I think they need to be considered still either undercover or not. And it makes it more awkward for us to go and like... Well, actually, with him, it's not, with the enemy casualties, it's not quite so bad. But if it's a friendly casualty, you've got to then go under the cover to get it, and then, you know... Anyway, okay. Right, that's it. That's all our combat, isn't it? So update ammo. Right, let's do that. Again, they've not brought anything on board with ammo. So none of their stuff happens. We did not fire any artillery because we failed miserably. Even went back and tried to do it in a sneaky kind of way, but anyway, we didn't fire that. However, first weapons, we did maybe not fire. Right, hang on. Oh, Grant. Well, yeah, it would have fired. It's still there. Wouldn't matter if it was pinned or not, Grant. It was still firing. I can't remember if it was pinned or not, but it would have still been firing. So first and second machine gun both fired. They've got one ammo left. Not good. None of the bazookas fired. The 50 cal or the mortar section. Where's the 50 cal? Oh, he's away. He's gone. And the mortar section's down here. He did not fire. Okay, we've not used the mortar at all. We need to get that into play then. Okay, that's that. Clean up. Remove concentrated fire markers. I'm just expose markers. No grenade misses. I keep meaning to go back the videos and look at that grenade that the guy moved off the card. I'm surprised nobody pulled me up for that one, because I never made any comment on that. I don't know where it is. It's back in the first mission somewhere. And the other question to that was, does it then still count as a grenade success? Because the grenade then becomes a grenade miss when the unit moves away. So I'm not sure. Anyway, evacuate casualties from casualty collection points. Well, none of that. Enemies firing at cards without valid targets just cease fire. This is when I think I spoke about the fact that when he was, and he didn't have line of sight out of the card, but he had it before, and then all of a sudden he didn't. He would then start firing on his card. Well, this is one point where he would stop firing because he's firing on nothing. He's not got any. He's not got a valid target, so he would cease fire. Right, it's not a defensive mission, and then we adjust VOF PDFs. So I'll get the expose markers off. There's maybe not that many of them. There's one there. There's one there. Is that about it? Nah, there's a couple up top as well, isn't there? There's a couple up here. And then we adjust the VOFs, PDFs. Well, there's going to be an adjustment up here. Our assault team's still firing with automatic weapons, fine, under that strong building. However, this is all pinned fire, so we'll change that to all pinned. It's in the back of the small arms, I think. Yeah. So that's all pinned fire there. Yeah. And coming down, this is still firing with automatic weapons on us. We're not pinned anymore, but oh yeah, no, we're assault teams, so can't fire back. Point blank range. And then PDFs here, well, he's not firing back at us anymore because there's nothing to fire back at. However, we still have to fire on him. Now we need to cease fire and stop all that nonsense or do something, because it's just a casualty. That should be away. I don't know why that's there. We're still firing with automatic weapons. We still have a crossfire. Yeah. Okay. Right. Well, that's everything. Activity levels, I think we're still heavily engaged though. We've still got the friendly and the enemy up there. And everything else done, and then we'll move the game turn marker. Now that's game turn 6 we're moving on to. So halfway through, does it look like we're halfway through? I suppose it's okay still. I was annoyed at this because we would have, we might have got a contact, but it was a great time to be heavily engaged on that B. It's only a 2, or is it 1? No, it's a 2 card draw for that. And we got away with the A up there. But yeah, I suppose it's okay. I mean, we've got a bit of work to do in here, and we've still got pinned units. So, do you hang around again to let these unpin? Well, I don't think so. I want my first platoon HQ unpinned, and I think I need to be spending some actions, but just looking across it, the XO's got nothing saved, the COHQ's got nothing saved, the third platoon's got nothing saved. First platoon does have 2 commands saved. Now he was pinned. Yeah, we need to get him unpinned, but remember he's also green, so yeah. Right, okay. Well, I know that's only 45 minutes, but I think it's the end of the turn, and I will just cut that and have a go at time. I might. I probably shouldn't really. I was only intending to really get one part in, but I feel like I want to do some more. But okay, we'll see. But I think I'll just cut the video there and just make a wee short part since it's the start of a new turn. Okay, I might be back shortly. I might be back tomorrow. Okay, cheers.